A story I often come back to with my daughter is of the tortoise and the hare. It's a timeless fable that can be applied to many areas in life. I can see her eyes rolling now. Another lesson from Dad. But the truth is, it's a story that resonates with who I am on so many levels. It speaks to my philosophy of building sustainable value instead of chasing immediate wins, which is why I love to focus on the deeper narratives we can build in brand marketing. It amazes me how many people in business still don't understand the core differences between marketing and advertising. And would you believe there are still business owners who think that you don't need either? That's a story for another time. But first, grab a cushion and let's revisit my version of the tortoise and the hare. Once upon a time, in a lush forest where ancient trees intertwined with the songs of birds, there lived a tortoise and a hare. The hare, with his sleek soft fur and long bounding legs, was known throughout the land as the swiftest creature. The tortoise, on the other hand, carried her home on her back and moved with the patience of the earth itself, embodying the very essence of steadiness and resolve. One radiant morning, the hare, brimming with confidence, proposed a race. He sought to prove once and for all that speed was a supreme virtue in their world. Nobody dared to challenge the hare, but then the tortoise, with a gentle smile that held the wisdom of the ages, plodded forward and humbly accepted the challenge. As dawn broke the following day, the animals gathered along the winding course which ran past their homes through the forest, all buzzing with anticipation. The race began, and true to his reputation, the hare dashed forward with an incredible speed, quickly leaving behind the tortoise. Confident and unbothered by the notion of defeat, the hare didn't see the need to engage with the onlookers or enjoy the journey. His eyes were fixed solely on the victory ahead. Meanwhile, the tortoise, moving at her steady pace, savoured every moment of the race. She stopped to chat with the animals along the path, sharing kind words and listening to their stories. These simple acts of kindness endeared her to the forest's inhabitants, who began to view the tortoise not just as a competitor, but as a friend. The hare, taking shortcuts along the way, reached the finish line in what felt like a blink of an eye. Only he found it eerily silent. The victory he had envisioned, filled with cheers and admiration, was nowhere to be found. He had crossed the finish line so quickly that nobody had arrived to witness it. The crowd was now following behind the tortoise, accompanying her on the journey. As the tortoise neared the finish line, she was greeted with a resounding cheer from the gathered crowd, who had followed her, drawn by the warmth of her character and the strength of her spirit. The tortoise may have come in second place, but she was celebrated like a true champion, surrounded by friends and admirers. In that moment, the hare understood. The race, with its singular focus on reaching the end first, had offered only a fleeting thrill, a hollow victory that echoed in the emptiness of that moment of triumph. The tortoise, in embracing the journey itself, had garnered the true prize. She had captured the hearts of those around her, earning a far greater victory. There are so many ways this can be interpreted from a business perspective, but imagine for a moment that our hare is the founder, focused only on his competitors' weaknesses and his own prowess. He'll do anything to win and fails to recognize who his customers actually are. He doesn't care to learn who they are, intent on just shouting about his products at every opportunity he can. He's built products that he thinks everyone wants to buy, but he never stops to ask why. He values hard work and tireless hustle, but he's not very strategic. He always has his eyes on the prize. The tortoise, on the other hand, is someone who works smart and listens. She is someone who's built from the ground up with a purpose. This is someone who builds a community around what they do and understands the culture, is embedded and backed by the culture, and is able to influence culture from the inside. Okay, let's change the channel for a second. A story breaks about the Holy Grail being discovered in a small English village, but nobody knows who actually found it. You and one other journalist from the opposition media are the first on the scene. He's sitting in his car, Googling for information and trying to connect with people on Facebook who live in the area. You're in the cosy local pub taking notes and chatting with the publican as he pulls you a nice pint of good ale. You get the story. Sometimes it's better to pull levers than to push buttons to get results. Pour me another pint, please. Okay, before we delve deeper, let's just do a refresher on the differences between brand marketing, direct marketing, and advertising. Direct marketing communicates directly with a targeted customer base to generate a response or transaction. It can be highly personalized, and it's designed to prompt immediate action, such as purchase, subscription, or to visit a website. Direct marketing comes through various channels, such as email marketing, direct mail, like brochures, postcards, and catalogs, telemarketing, SMS messaging, and targeted online display ads. The key characteristics of direct marketing include measurable responses, personalized communication, and a direct call to action. It's particularly effective and immediate because it's based on knowing something about you already. It's usually linked to a key marker, such as an email list that you joined, the loyalty club that has your phone number, or the baby clothing website you visited and keeps showing ads on your Facebook feed. Advertising is a broader term. It encompasses the creation and sharing of messages to promote or sell a product or service. It can also be broader brand advertising designed to raise awareness, create a positive image, and communicate the values of a brand. Advertising strategies are typically designed for mass audiences and can be found across television, radio commercials, print media, online ads, outdoor advertising like billboards. When these ad formats are used for broader brand awareness, campaigns and such, the biggest consideration is immediate impact. The attention of people seeing these is typically short because they're probably driving, scrolling, turning pages, or channel surfing. Advertising is the art of short, impactful messaging and design. Brand marketing has traditionally been a subset of advertising, but it takes you deeper into building the brand's identity, personality, and values. Unlike advertising and direct marketing, which seek immediate responses, brand marketing aims to develop a lasting relationship between the brand and its audience. It involves consistent messaging across all platforms to foster brand recognition, loyalty, and preference. Brand marketing strategies can include storytelling, content marketing, and immersive brand experiences. This is where strategies in the digital age have evolved into social media and community building, which in turn dovetail nicely back into direct marketing. The main distinction for these are its purpose. Direct marketing seeks immediate action from its target audience, while brand marketing aims to build awareness and establish a connection over time. Communication. Direct marketing communicates directly with consumers in a personalized manner. In contrast, advertising often targets broader audiences with a more general message. And then metrics. The success of direct marketing is measured by the direct responses and transactions that it generates. Advertising's effectiveness, particularly brand marketing, may be gauged by longer-term metrics such as brand awareness, perception, and loyalty. The best way to visualize how all of these work together is the sales and marketing funnel. The sales and marketing funnel is a visual representation that maps out these different stages and the strategies in the customer journey from discovery to retention. You can see this chart on my article as well. It's linked in the description. So brand marketing is a pull lever. It can influence culture on various levels by building attention and trust. Its traditional purpose is brand awareness and brand positioning. But on the more human level, it's now about influencing the way people think of a business entity as an identity. We can get into more meaningful strategies another time, but for now, think of it this way. Brand is how people think of you, not your logo. Funnily enough, a lot of individuals still try hard to appear like a business. How many of you have considered branding your one-person business as an agency? To be fair, separation is sometimes deliberate. You can spot those who are seeking venture capital and plan to sell. Their exit strategy often requires personalities to be somewhat detached from the value of the business. Even personal brands often fail to understand this idea of bringing individuality to their communications. You just need to be the tortoise, stopping to chat with people along the way. This is perhaps one of the better qualities that politicians embody, especially when they're doing it because of a genuine belief that they can actually make a difference in the world. If brand marketing is the lever to be pulled, then direct marketing and advertising is a push button, and it aims for a more instant transactional result. At its core, brand marketing transcends mere transactions to weave a narrative that resonates deeply with its audience. It's about crafting a story, much like those told by our charismatic barman in a cozy English pub. The storytelling does more than just sell a product. It embeds that brand within the cultural fabric, making a topic of daily conversation and a marker of identity. While advertising and direct marketing push for immediate and measurable reactions, click, buy, subscribe, brand marketing pulls the audience into a narrative, building a relationship that can last a lifetime. Advertising success is measured in sales and conversions, metrics that are straightforward and quantifiable. Brand marketing, however, operates in the realm of perceptions and emotions. Its impact often felt over longer periods and harder to quantify through traditional metrics. The true measure for a brand is whether people are willing to pay more in dollars or attention for what you offer versus your competitors. Even more important is loyalty. Are they willing to not just do that once or twice, but to keep coming back? This distinction between broader brand marketing, direct transactional marketing, or advertising really highlights a strategic fork in the road for business. Opt for the instant gratification and measurable outcomes, or invest in the slow but rewarding build of brand loyalty and cultural influence. Do you want to be the tortoise or the hare? The choice, of course, is not mutually exclusive, but requires a delicate balance to ensure both immediate needs and long-term goals are met. Let's take influence from the tortoise's strategy, but also invite the hare to be on the team. Allocating a larger portion of resources, say 80%, to brand marketing ensures a brand's steady growth and deeper cultural integration, avoiding some of the pitfalls of over-allocation to the short-lived victories driven by direct marketing tactics. This strategic focus on brand marketing doesn't diminish the importance of direct marketing, but it rather positions it as a complementary tactic. The immediate conversions generated by direct marketing can fuel the broader goals of brand awareness and loyalty, provided that they're not at the expense of the brand's integrity or its long-term vision. The advent of Web3 and blockchain technology represent a frontier for brand marketing, offering unprecedented opportunities to engage with communities and to influence culture. These technologies, with their emphasis on decentralization and user empowerment, align with the core pillars of brand marketing: authenticity, community, and shared values. Early adopters are the founder's best friend. They are the ones who will weave your story into their own story to tell their friends. They are the first ripples when you drop into the pond. Innovative startups who are building in Web3, or the existing brands that venture into the space, not only tap into a tech-savvy audience, but also participate in shaping the very fabric of this new frontier. These brands are not merely advertising, they are actually helping to pioneer a cultural movement, embedding their narratives within the foundational stories of Web3 and blockchain. Brand marketing, with its capacity to influence culture and foster deep connections, stands as a powerful counterpoint to the more transactional nature of advertising. In digital marketing, where technologies like Web3 offer new opportunities, brands must navigate with strategic foresight and a commitment to being more than authentic. The essence of brand marketing is to build a narrative that resonates on a human level. It begins with a conversation which moves us beyond the sometimes evasive idea of authenticity. It allows us to display something through our actions that holds the values of our friend the tortoise, a consistency of character. No matter who is racing against us, we can remain true to our purpose and make friends along the way. They may just follow along and celebrate with you. Now, can you guess where that Holy Grail was hiding in our quaint English village? The barman said, "Go ask the tortoise. You might find it hidden in his shell."